Hi everyone. Today I'm going to share with you 8 specific habits that will take your glow up to the absolute next level. Because if you master these 8 habits, there's nothing or no one that can stop you. Habit 1 is no crying. I think we have associated crying with, like, oh, we are so sensitive, oh, we are so emotional. But let me tell you, and a lot of people say that crying is good, it's good to release your grief, etc., etc. Once in a while, if there's absolute something that really bad's happened, if you're crying, I understand. But people are crying, they watch a movie, they're crying, they watch a game, they're crying. Why are you crying? Why are you really crying? Because when you are crying, there's an inherent sadness that you have. Something inside of you is getting triggered and you're feeling sad. And when you feel sad, you've suddenly created a field of sadness. And then, as you say, when you create a field, matter has to appear. So now that you've created a field of sadness, now something in the universe has to happen to match your field. So something has to happen to make you further sad. And it doesn't have to be now, but you have kind of sent a signal to the universe saying, I am sad. I have created a field of sadness for no reason. I'm watching a movie and I'm sad and I'm crying, and you've created this field of sadness. Now, since you've sent a signal to the universe, if not immediately, you will get a response from the universe, which is a situation that will make you sad. So, why are you giving away your power to a movie? Why are you giving away your power to a game, a match that's going on? Why is it so important? Do you not realize that the state that you're in, the different feelings that you feel, each of that is a signal to the universe asking you, like, it's a signal to the universe saying, this is my field, send me something to reflect my field. When you really understand this concept at the hardcore, and especially the people who have done the globe journey, they really try to focus and manifest, etc. And while they're manifesting, they're crying. Like, I just don't understand. I've gone to like so many Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditation retreats. I've gone to other places, and like people just start crying as soon as they tell a story. They start crying. Why are you feeling that deep hurt? Because every time you're feeling the deep hurt again and again and again, you are kind of reaffirming to the universe, you're sending a fresh signal to the universe saying, I'm sad, send me something so I continue to be sadder. And some other event will happen that will kind of, you know kind of reaffirm the reasons for your sadness. And you will see that, something, it doesn't have to happen immediately, but something in the couple of days you will have other events that will again say, oh yeah, it was very valid for you to be sad. Everyone, like most people, when we're watching a movie, we support the underdog. Why are we supporting the underdog? Because we inside feel that we are the underdog, which means we feel that we're always in that victim mode, thinking that, oh, life has been so unfair with us. We are the underdog, but we will rise. And when that underdog person actually wins, you feel real joy. And when things are going bad with this underdog, you feel really sad. But when you are supporting an underdog, you please realize that you internally relate with the underdog, which means you think you are the underdog. And when you think that you are under the underdog, you are below someone, you are less than someone, you're really putting yourself in the feeling that you are a victim. If that is your inherent base level feeling and thought, how are you going to glow up? So please really stop crying, because like I know crying is like an external expression of it, but what are you really feeling inside? Why are you feeling like that? Why are you feeling that you're a victim? Like, why are you feeling that you're an underdog, the underprivileged, the below someone, that you have to crush and be a hero and come out? You already are a hero. Just the way you are, your life is a perfect, like it's perfect in every way. You are the master of your destiny. What more do you want? So if you want the ultimate glow up, it doesn't matter how many boob jobs you do, how many nose jobs you do, how much weight you lose, it does not matter. None of those will matter if you inherently feel there is a sad part that you keep bringing up to the front. You're always like refreshing and like, you're just constantly wanting to send this message to the universe. Yes, I'm sad. Yes, I'm sad. Yes, I'm sad. If you keep saying that to the universe will be like, fine, sending you more sad events to match your field, sending you more sad events. So if you want the ultimate glow up, stop bloody crying. Like, I'm really mad. Like, you don't have to always have tears on, ready to come out at every movie, every little emotional thing. Why? Please understand your frequency determines what is going to happen in your life. And every time you cry, and even those people say, oh, these are happy tears are also actually not happy tears, they're actually sad tears, because it feels like you got something that you can't believe you got it. Why would you think like that? Why have you put something in such a pedestal that, oh, now that you've received it, like, you're so happy? It's not that important, which means you never felt worthy of receiving it. And that's why having this happy tears, because you felt like you were really, like, you worked really hard, because you had to put so much, because you had to work so hard and perform so much to get this thing, because you inherently did not feel worthy for it. So the underpinning feeling thought behind crying is sadness, unworthiness, feeling cheated on, feeling betrayed on, feeling like you're someone that nobody likes. There's always a negative emotion. Underlying emotion has to be negative for you to cry, whether it's a happy tear or a sad tear, doesn't matter. The underlying base core field is that of, I'm unworthy, I'm a victim, things don't work my way, I get lucky only when I work really hard. So if you are crying a lot, crying at every movie, again, your mind is like a feather. Your mind is literally like a feather that's just blowing in the wind based on whatever is happening around you. Whether it's a movie, the movie is able to like shift your emotions so fast. They can make you laugh, they can make you cry, because you have no self-regulation. That's the whole purpose of the movie. It's like to trick you, to program you to like feel that deep emotion of despair, then the great elation of victory. And when you cry and la, like, you are literally like a feather that's like, that has zero control over your own mind. And tying this to astrology, every time you cry, water from your eyes, it's moon, it's a negative representation of moon. It shows that your moon is afflicted. Your eyes are, one eye is the sun, one eye is the moon, and when you're crying, you're literally saying, my sun is bad, my moon is bad. And then you expect your life to be great, you expect wealth to come your way, you expect discipline, you expect popularity. How is that possible? If you do not have full control of your mind, that you're not crying at every sad event that you see around you happening with anyone, you're not in control of your mind. So please kindly stop crying for every little thing or even a big thing. Know the importance of your thoughts and feelings. Really know the importance of your feelings, because this state, even though you're doing it just because you're watching a movie, it is still creating a field. It is still, the new universe doesn't know you're really watching a movie. It's just kind of going through your thoughts and feelings. So if you're feeling that deep despair, that sadness watching a movie, universe doesn't know you're watching a movie. It's thinking you are sad, and that's your primary frequency. Okay, let's send more sad events to this person. So if you want to truly glow up, of course, yes, look beautiful, wear beautiful clothes, all that, yes. But do not cry. Have that mental strength and discernment to know that if I am crying, my state is low. And from that low state, I cannot manifest anything good. Habit two is that you dress well and smell good even when no one's watching, which means at home you are dressed well and you're smelling good. You're actually clean. This is very important, because when you look at the glow up culture, everyone, as they step out of the house, they are looking like top notch, right? Like a crisp shirt, beautiful dress, full wax done. Like it's all like exquisite, like body's polished, everything is looking great, right? But when you're home, you just wear your tattered t-shirt, which is like what you've been repeating for the last couple of days, a baggy pair of shorts, some weird underwear, like you're just wearing some nonsense, right? Like you know what you're wearing at home, because how you step out is not exactly what how you look at home. Because if someone were to come to your home at this point, especially like your ex, if they were to come to your home at this time, you would really 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 feel like you disappeared, right? Because that's how most of us are dressing at home, in front of our partners, or even if we don't have partners, like if we're living alone at home, we are dressed terrible. We are wearing the worst clothes, stinky clothes, torn clothes, tattered clothes, baggy clothes. How do I say it? Like some really gross clothes, like with food stains, like you're cooking, you're wiping over yourself, all the grease, you're just eating, everything is dribbling, like you just stay like that, you just wipe it a little bit, you're still, kind of sticking with those clothes for the rest of the day. The next day you may again wear the same thing, I don't know. But people are not like at home. If you're not really stepping out of your house for a couple of days, I think many of us, not me, many of us are potentially not changing their undergarments, wearing the same clothes which have the whole food smell, wearing the same pajamas for a couple of days, not even taking a shower on a daily basis. So it's really gross how we are at home. And why this is so important? There are a couple of reasons why this is very important. Because Venus is watching you. So the planet Venus is not just watching you when you're stepping out looking all this glamorous. She's watching you 24/7. And she sees how much you respect yourself. She's seeing how much you care for yourself. So at home, you look like crap. She's noticing that, and she can actually say that you do not value yourself. You do not value yourself. Your own self image about yourself is very low, because there is not a high standard. It's not a must in your eye to be presentable when no one's watching. And that just shows your bar. That just shows, like when you're going out, when you're glowing up, when you're stepping out, you're looking all that great, because you're maybe getting validation or people see your glow up. But when no one's watching, what is your bar? What is the level of hygiene and cleanliness and beauty that you're holding yourself to? And that is what Venus is watching, like all the time. So if you are not dressing well, smelling good, being clean, but when no one's watching, you've not glowed up. You've not glowed up because your internal setting of what your level of looks are for yourself is very low. It's like your inherent thermostat for your looks, your glow up is very low. So if no one's watching, you're just whatever. I'm not saying have a full face of makeup. I'm not saying you can't have your pimple patches up. You can, of course, when we are at home, these are the things we do. But how are you? Like, are you wearing clean clothes? Have you showered? Have you brushed? Have you flossed? Is your house clean? Is the garbage all away? Like, these things really 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 matter, because you think no one's watching, but the goddess Venus is watching. The universe is watching. Every time you're wearing shabby clothes, you're sending a message to the universe saying, this is me, this is my level. And universe responds and says, yes, this is your level, continue to stay in this level, good for you, right? It has to match our state. So even if you've glowed up and you go outside and everyone's like, wow, this and that, you will not see actual traction in your life. You will not be internally happy, because internally you have not reset your mindset to really feel that you're worthy of that utmost care and love for yourself. Because if you cared and loved yourself, you wouldn't be existing this way. So I'm just going to leave you at that. But if you have glowed, you think you've glowed up, but if you're not doing this particular step at home, you're whatever, wearing the same time of really boring uh, pajamas all the time, or the joggers all the time. Please take a rethink and think, am I truly valuing myself because I think I'm valuable, or because when I go out people look at me, that's the only time I see my true value? And you will know the answer. So if you truly want to glow up, value yourself and do the right thing for yourself. Habit number 3 is that you are the master of your internal state. This is very important, regardless of how you're living, what your circumstances are, whatever is happening externally. You know, this is all external, regardless of what's happening, regardless of what the government is doing, who is the president, regardless of the tax situation, regardless of the different laws, regardless of how your family is behaving, your in laws are behaving, your friends are abandoning you, regardless of a really bad boss, regardless of recession and job loss or a loss in business, regardless of the situation. True glow up is when you know that none of this can touch your internal state, because this is your internal state, and all of these different things are happening around you. All these external things are happening around you, but none of them have the actual capacity to bother you here unless you say, yes, I will allow you to bother me. Only if you're receptive to this external environment and let it consume you. Yes, you internalize it. Yes, I'm the victim, I'm the victim, I'm the victim. That is the only time that these external things can impact you. But otherwise, none of these external things can actually, if you really are, have a full control of your internal state, none of these can actually impact your internal state. So, habit number 3 is truly mastering your internal state. Doesn't matter who's looking at whom, doesn't matter who's getting more popular, doesn't matter you are not getting the popularity based on the amount of work that you're putting in. I have hundreds and hundreds of videos, I barely have views. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit and cry about it. I continue to do my work. If someone sees the value, great. If they don't see the value, that's also fine. That's not going to impact my internal state. So, if you truly want to glow up, you're not going to cry every time something goes opposite of what you're expecting. People are being, biased towards someone. You cannot let that touch your internal state. And this is a very important one. In fact, all of the habits that I'm saying kind of all ties together to one core concept. But I want to like lay this out at a bare minimum, like how a lot of us with the president, with having a certain president or political party, the different laws, I see a lot of people like so impacted by it. These things will come and go, they will change every day. There will be something different. Are you again going to be like that feather in the wind, going from this way to that way, this way, or will you have that stability to not get impacted? Don't give your power away so easily to every little circumstance that's happening around you. Someone is mean to you, someone didn't react to what you said in a certain way, someone didn't, you did something nice, they did not say thank you. You feel like how ungrateful, that's impacting your internal. All of these little things are taking away your power because you put your energy in all of these external things. And if you have given away so much of your power, how are you going to glow up? Because to like truly glow up in a massive way, you need all the power that you have. You cannot like give it away and lose that power. So it's important to like not be touched by all of these external factors and really maintain your internal state and give it your full attention. As something is happening, like constantly go back to your internal state. Am I okay? Am I okay? Think of it like a little baby, right? Like you have an infant in your house, you have to still clean the house, but from one corner of the eye your focus is always on the baby. right? Your mind is like that baby, your internal state is like that baby. If the baby is crying, the cleaning is secondary. Immediately you go and make sure that the baby is okay, right? Similarly, if your mind, your internal state is impacted, immediately go back to your internal state. Take a second, take a minute to really like, no, I'm not going to let this thing impact me. I'm going to come back to my power. I'm not going to let this situation take my power away. So come back. So the more glowed up you get, the faster your recovery time, the faster you're able to like recover from any setback, anything that's not going in your favor. Habit number four, you're not focused on therapy. You are living your life in the present moment. In the last maybe decade or maybe 5 to 6 years, therapy is getting pushed so hard on all of us. Why? Like, please, this is a programming. We are getting dependent to talk to a random person about our problems. We don't need to discuss all of these with random people. Go talk to your family and friends. Go talk to your neighbors. Go talk to real people in your life, your bosses, your peers, your co-workers, your mom, dad, uncles, aunts. You should talk to everybody. If you are born on this planet and if you have survived, you have a set of people who have been with you, who have supported you in some form or not. Yes, you may have glowed up, you're above them in certain level, it doesn't matter, guys. I don't know. I think there's a lot of this thing with this glow up is like, oh, now I am a higher level, so I am not going to interact with the lower level folks. That is such a bad mentality and such a poor, like it really shows what your heart is, where your heart is, and what kind of quality of thoughts you have. Because if wearing better clothes than someone or going to better places than someone makes you like a glowed up person, and so you can't talk to a person who's not wearing the best clothes, if that is the level, it's not, then you've totally not glowed up, you've not understood the concept of glow up. Glow up doesn't mean leave all the people, keep going up. You have, yes, they may not be contributing, they may not be at your level from a mindset perspective, but you can still have a good conversation with them. It's better than talking to like chatbots, chat gpt. Like a lot of people now, instead of even going to therapy, they are putting all their traumas on chat gpt and just talking to chat gpt as if it's a person. Guys, chat gpt is validating exactly what you're saying. It's learning from your thoughts and it's regurgitating and validating you. So you may tomorrow say, I want to do a certain thing, and chat gpt will say, yes, absolutely, you must do this, you are totally entire, like it'll just resonate with you. And that's why I think a lot of people are loving chat gpt for therapy. Because when you go to a traditional therapist, they don't spend so much time listening to you anymore. They give you like concrete steps and this and that, but you just want someone to like keep yapping to, and just someone to like keep validating that, yes, you are the victim, yes, you should be treated better. Please stop all of this. Come to real life. Stop relying on therapy and chat GPTs and all of those things. And really, like, from purely from a therapy perspective, stop thinking about therapy, because when you are thinking about therapy, you're already living in the past. Because therapy means you feel like you haven't healed from something in the past. And if you are bringing your past to your present moment, you are kind of saying copy paste past into present moment, copy paste past into present moment, and your present moment, which is creating your future, is constantly your old copy paste. So if you feel the need for therapy means you're consistently just copy pasting your past into your future. Forget therapy, forget whatever happened in the past, like just heal from it, get over it. Focus on this current moment. You're sitting with your kids, you're sitting with your friend, you're sitting with your mom. Focus on that present moment. Forget the betrayal, forget all of those past moments. Really enjoy this moment. Really, these moments are not going to come back. I think we really forget how short our life is, and we keep thinking about our past and not enjoy our present moment. So if you want that ultimate glow up, habit number four is to forget about therapy, forget focusing on your past, and really live in the present moment. Habit number five kind of ties with what I was talking to you from a therapy perspective, but habit number five is you are connecting with real people. the blue zones of the world where you have the longest uh, life expectation, where people are actually happy. they are these are areas where people are actually connecting with people on a day-to-day basis. They're not just on their different AI apps, talking to the AI apps or chat GPT, talking to bots, playing games, bot games. uh, like you're not connecting with real people. Even like you're trying to, a lot of people are just connecting. Like I get random messages on Instagram, and I'm like, these, and they're not talking about astrology or any of the services or topics that I'm talking about. They just want to like talk nonsense, and I'm like, you are okay to like just message a random person with random things than actually go and talk to your family and friends who love you, who, or there must be someone who loves you or respects you or likes you, something. Or there has to be a person in your life. Or if not anything, you may have like a pet. Spend quality time with your pet, but start connecting with real people, real real things, and forget AI and all. Because guys, I have to remind you, AI and all these artificial things, these are all called Rahu, which is the planet of illusion. In astrology it means illusion. This illusion can burst at any time. All of this AI is just kind of like making you feel that you're right in whatever nonsense you're in. Like it's not really telling you exactly what you need to, how to fix yourself. It's like pulling you deeper and deeper into its AI-ish world. And the way to cut through all of this chat GPT and stuff is to actually meet with people in person. When I was living in India before, like every evening around like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, all the kids, all the people, they're like outside playing cricket, playing football, playing some other games, or they're just walking, talk. But now when I travel to India and I go to my, where I live, like my mom's house, no one steps out. I don't know where the kids are. Where are the people? Maybe at like late at night, some people come out for some walk, but otherwise, I don't know what's happened. I'm so shocked because, for me, the change is more drastic because I go once a year, and every time I go, I'm like, where are the people? Because when I go from here, I want to be out and about, do this and that. I want to walk to the stores. I want to do all the fun stuff and meet people, talk to the milkman. I talk to the sanitation person, talk to the person who, brooms the streets in the morning, talk to the guy who's washing cars. Like I'm like looking forward to all that because living in New York, I don't see so many people out and about. So I look forward to that, and I hope to see that. But when I go to India now, I don't see anyone outside. Everyone, like, like everyone's like either commuting, but they're not just out just playing or doing like casual relaxing things. And that has to change. Everyone's on their phone non-stop. We really have to get out of this. You're okay messaging people on your phone, but not like talk to your wife or husband or children who are literally sitting right next to you. Parents have become so distracted. They're giving like barely like one liner kind of responses to their children. How are you expecting these children to grow up with a proper emotional balance? It seems really hard. So habit 5, very important, not for yourself, but for your future generations. Really forget about AI and all of these apps and all of these social media things where you're connecting via emails and messages, etc. Please connect with people in real life, in person. Actually open your mouth, talk to them, shake hands, hug them, meet people in real life. Habit number 6 is to know wholly and completely every minute, every second of your day that your thoughts, your frequency creates your reality. And this is a very important habit. We all know this conceptually, but when it's convenient, we practice it. When it's not convenient, we do not practice it. It kind of ties with my first tip about not crying. But literally, this is, you really have to always, every minute, you should really be locked into this, that my thoughts, my frequency, my beliefs creates my reality. So any second you're kind of thinking of the past, thinking of how you were teased as a child, thinking of how you were bullied as a child, any of those things, thinking of how a man left you or a woman left you, any single moment you're thinking, about any of those things, you're immediately creating that into your reality. So, habit number six, I don't want to elaborate too much on this, but this habit is like truly embodying and knowing this for a fact that my frequency creates my reality. There's no two ways about it. So, regardless of what's happening, I have to constantly be happy, positive, relaxed, peaceful if that's how I want my reality to be. Habit number seven is again a very powerful one, but you are playing the long game in this case. And this habit is you are here to earn blessings. You're not here to earn money. Money will come. When you earn blessings, everything else will fall in place. You don't have to actually actively go and seek money, because as you every single day, the more blessings you earn, for example, if this video goes to 1,000 people and it positively impacts 1,000 people, I am earning blessings from 1,000 people. You may think, oh, you are not making a single dollar from this video. So what's the big deal? Why did you even put this effort? No, I'm here in the business of earning blessings. So those who want the ultimate glow up, you should know that the game is not about earning money. The game is about earning blessings, because blessings can buy you things that money cannot buy you. For example, during COVID, there was a time when everyone was desperate for like masks and like the oxygen cylinders. At that time, some of you may have experienced it out of the blue. Someone may have come and offered you help, given that you like some something that was life saving, right? Your money couldn't have bought you that at that point. Your money couldn't have bought you that that miracle. It was your blessing. It was truly an earned blessing. So blessings will help you when nothing else can help you, and blessings will subsequently bring you wealth. So if you are in the business of earning blessings, you will make money at some point. But those who are glowing up at the next level, forget about money. Absolutely forget about money, because we are a soul on a journey. Money will come and go, but the blessings that we are accumulating will be useful in all our lifetimes, in our multiple lifetimes. So this is a very important concept, and if you quickly get into the habit of earning blessings, your life is going to get absolutely magical. This last eighth habit is a very powerful one, because this can shift you out of any problem, absolutely any problem. And once you make this into a habit of constantly remembering this one habit, you become invincible. And this habit is to wholly and completely know that I'm one with God and God's power is in me. And when the mighty God's power is in you, you are indefeatable. Nothing can break you, nothing can affect you, because you can overcome anything. And this habit of always remembering that you're one with God and God's power is in you, just imagine this, how much power you can get. In every religion, there are miracles that your God has performed. If you have that kind of power in your day to day life, what miracles can you perform? If God could transform a jar of water into wine, then what are the miracles that I can perform? If just by one touch a person is healed, then what all miracles can I perform? And just remembering that I'm one with God and God's power is in me, I become above any problem in my life. And this is the eighth habit of ultimate glow up, because when you have that kind of strength and anchor in God, when you truly believe that you're one with God, and if you're one with God means all of the power that God has is in you. Imagine the amount of power you have. Imagine. And I want you to really, really remember this, make this into a solid habit into your life, because there's nothing you cannot overcome when God is with you and you're filled with God's power. I really hope that this video reaches you because I have seen a ton of glow up videos, and I think the true internal, full and whole and complete glow up would be missing if we do not have these 8 habits incorporated into our lives. So I really truly hope this video reaches you. And if you actually get to watch it, please do share with a few people because, again, you are in the business of earning blessings. None of this that I have shared with you is vain or silly. It's all very important that can actually change a person's life when they embody these habits. So, as you share this, you are going to get the blessings. So, please share this and earn your blessings. I hope to earn a ton of blessings through this. So thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you. Thank you all.